Hey everybody!
Hi guys!
Mr. and Mrs. Traveler here.
ElleKos Beauty Channel.
Alright, coming to you another Tip Tuesday.
It's Tip Tuesday.
And it's getting to be that time of year, and I really wanted to have a little discussion with you about Alaska.
Ooh, I love Alaska. That's one of my favorite places to go.
It's probably a little bit late. You might still be able to catch an Alaska cruise here now, but you probably can. But it's a perfect time to start planning for this time next year.
Yes, and if you want to cruise Alaska, please contact Mr. Traveler. He'll hook you up.
Absolutely. So anyway, guys, just want to give you some kind of tips and some inside advice that we found for cruising Alaska. As Ms. Traveler said, it was absolutely, I have to say, it's got to be my favorite itinerary. And you guys, if you know us, know that we love the warm, we love the Caribbean, we love the islands.
Oh, yes.
But it was something really special about that Alaska trip.
It was breathtaking. It was a lot of things, and we're going to tell you more about it.
Yeah, it was absolutely stunning. It's the most beautiful thing I think I've ever seen. Definitely the most beautiful scenery we've ever seen on a cruise. It was really fabulous.
It was from the time that we got on the ship to the time we flew back home. It was a real unforgettable cruise. I recommend it to everyone. Even though it's cold, it is beautiful. Trust me.
Yep. We were going to wait for it. It was kind of one of our cruises that we were going to do for retirement kind of a thing. But we had an opportunity to go, and so we went. And what a great trip we had. It
was unlike any other cruise we ever took. It's totally different from the Caribbean, totally different from Puerto Rico, totally different from anywhere we've been. You have to see it for yourself, and when you see it, you're not going to believe what you're seeing. Big icebergs, what else? Seals, all kinds of things you see. And we went in June.
Yeah, so let's get into it. Yeah, first of all, the cruising time, the prime cruising time starts right about now, mid-May, and this is June, July, August are the prime times, with June, July being the best times to go.
Right.
May, you may still have bears hibernating and things like that, so you may not see as many during your adventures. But June, July, they're definitely out. And August it starts heading back the other way as far as the temperatures go. But when we were there, was depending on where you were, just kind of out cruising. It was anywhere from the 50s up to the mid 70s.
We needed a jacket.
And at points when we went into the glaciers, it was very, very cold.
It was freezing.
So you got to bring a variety of clothes. Layers is the word when you go to Alaska.
Mm-hmm. Hat, gloves, all that. Yeah. Even in June, in the middle of summer.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you talking about romantic?
Yep. Oh yeah, it was in the middle of June. Check out this picture with us with hats and and that's Mr. Traveler. Look, I know she's got a hat on and everything, and you see me standing there with my shoes off in the water. I have this thing wherever I go, I have to put my feet in the water.
No, it doesn't matter how cold it is.
I had to do it. It's like a rite of passage for me. So it was cold, but it was good. Oh. Anyway, guys, so anytime I book a cruise for somebody in Alaska, the recommendation that I always do for people is either a northbound or a southbound cruise. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with the round trip. The round trip usually leaves like from Seattle, ports like that, and it'll go into the inside passage and hit some of the ports of call, and then it comes back to the same. It'll come back to Seattle. Nothing wrong with that at all. But I think that you just have an opportunity to see more when a north or a southbound. You know, a lot of people, they'll do Alaska, and it's like they may only do it once in their life.
That's true. And you want to get your bang for your buck, so we're going to tell you exactly what you need to do.
Yeah. So we'll kind of tell you what we did. We did the southbound cruise, leaving from Seward, Alaska, and it ended in Vancouver.
Yes, Canada.
So what this does, it allows you a little time to explore Alaska more in depth, more than just going down the inside passages, seeing the beautiful mountains. You see whales.
Right.
You see here we saw the seal on the glacier. Beautiful scenery. But what it gave us time to do is we flew into Anchorage 2 days ahead of time before the cruise. Mm-hmm. We rented a car.
Yes.
Our main base of operations was in Anchorage. We had a hotel in Anchorage, and then we drove to Denali.
Yes.
It's a lengthy drive. And I don't know if I don't say lengthy drive. It's a good drive. I think it was 4 or 5 hours drive, but it's 4 or 5 hours of the most beautiful scenery you ever see.
Absolutely amazing. You would not believe nature.
Yes.
In its raw state.
Yeah. So here's some of the pictures we took from the road. Beautiful mountains.
That's like real. That's not a postcard.
Beautiful. And there wasn't a cloud in the sky. The days we were there, we could see the top of Mount McKinley. Beautiful. Check out this moose we saw in Denali. It's a big old moose.
Yes, that was my first time ever seeing a moose. And he has big muscles, and it's almost like a horse, but it's bigger.
We rented a Dodge. We were in a Denali.
A Denali truck.
Denali truck, and the moose was like almost as big as the truck.
As big as the truck. That's how big the moose are, and they get to wander around. People don't bother them. They walk on the street. They walk up to houses. They don't bother them.
Yeah.
But you have to be careful.
and the beautiful thing about, even if you spend the whole day at Denali and come back and it's a little late, the sun doesn't go down, so you don't have to worry about driving in the dark.
As bright as it is outside right now, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning is the same.
Yeah, it was, very strange. About 3 o'clock in the morning, the sun kind of went right to, it looked like it was getting ready to set, and then
whoop,
it came right back up.
Yeah.
So it was a very, very cool experience.
It really was.
Highly recommend it. If you can even come even more days ahead of that, there's so many cool little towns and things to see. You can go panning for gold. See the wildlife. You can keep going up further past Denali. There's some really, I would have loved to go all the way up to the north of Alaska, but I mean, you have to really probably fly there.
Yes, it's too much snow.
Yeah. But you can fly. I mean, seriously, if you don't want to drive, you can. They have airplane tours.
Sure. That
will take you on tour around the mountain. It'll take you up north to the Arctic if you want to do that. I mean, just really wonderful. And you know how we do, guys. We like to tell you about budgeting stuff.
Yes, we're always saving $1.
One thing that I found out, so you have to get from, and it doesn't matter if you're north or southbound, you're going to dock at Seward, you have to get up to Anchorage, and there's a couple of ways you get there. One of them is a tour bus. I mean, it's good if you want to do the bus. Train is the way to go, in my opinion.
And it's faster.
Yeah, and it's more scenic because you're like back in the woods. So we found out the cruise line. We're looking at the cruise line, and it had just like you would travel from the port to the airport in the Caribbean, where they have the excursions from the port to Anchorage on the train, right?
The train is actually an excursion,
and it was kind of pricey. Well, I did some research, and I found another train going to Anchorage. Time was perfect, and it was half the price. So that's the Alaska Railroad. What was funny was, and remember we went to the train station?
Yes.
Went to the train station, and guess what was hooked up to the end of the Alaska Railroad train?
I wonder what it was.
The train cars for the cruise line that people were paying double the price for was hooked to the same train.
So instead of us paying double to sit forward, we paid half the price to sit in the back, but we still was on the same train.
Listen, the cruise only had 2 cars. We had the rest of the train. I don't know how many cars it was. It was like 10 cars.
It was a lot of cars.
Big giant windows. They had an observation train. They had food that you could buy. It was wonderful.
It was really, really good.
We saw bears.
We did. We saw brown bears.
Yep. Beautiful scenery, waterfalls, crystal clear lakes. It was just wonderful.
It's breathtaking.
Yeah, absolutely. And so then we did the southbound cruise, and it goes to places like Juneau. Juneau, capital of Alaska, the only capital in the United States of America that you cannot reach by car.
You have to either fly or take a boat.
Yeah.
Or a ship. In our case, we took a ship.
Yes, that's a good piece of trivia there for you.
Yep. We went to Seward, Skagway.
Yeah, Skagway was like old West town.
It was different.
Here's a picture of it.
I really enjoyed the history.
You could kind of see it looks like old West town. It's almost like Wyatt Earp or something was going to come down.
It was really, really a little country,
rustic,
but it was more pioneer days.
Yeah, it was like pioneer days, exactly.
Yeah, it was. We also went to Ketchikan.
Ketchikan, trying to think, Ketchikan. That's where we went fishing. That's where I went fishing.
I didn't get a chance to go fishing, but I'm going next time.
Yeah,
but he didn't even catch anything, so I didn't feel too bad. He went with my brother.
Somebody else caught something on the boat that we were with. We went king salmon fishing, so that was really fun. Icy Strait Point is another stop that we went to, and they had a fishing village there. We had the big giant crab legs that were like this.
Oh my gosh, they were so huge.
Yeah. We went to the Mendenhall Glacier while we were there.
Went to the glaciers.
Beautiful.
Actually, we saw real glaciers. That was interesting.
Yeah, really cool. We actually drank water right off the waterfall.
If you're wondering where your fresh so-called bottled water come from, it was supposed to come from there.
But I mean, water was good and
the
cold.
water was delicious. You could drink the water right out the stream in Alaska.
Check out this porcupine guy that was hanging out with us. Yeah, he was hanging out in the tree looking at us, so that was fun.
I was hoping nobody scared him, so he wouldn't poke us.
And so, the ship comes down through the inside passage, and you want to talk about the water was like cutting. It was weird. It was like cutting through glass.
It was like a mirror reflection.
It was really eerie how still the water was. And then you'll just be sitting there just kind of mesmerized at the water, and all of a sudden, whale. You have to go. You have to check it out. If you're an adventurer like we are and you love to travel the world, make sure one of your stops is in Alaska, because you won't believe the beauty. It's really pretty there. Even though it's kind of chilly and cold, your eyes will not believe what you're watching. So then we ended in Vancouver, and we spent 2 days in Vancouver too, which is a really cool town. I really enjoyed it.
I had a good time at Whistler, where the Olympics was held. That was really fun because they did a lot of bike riding and bike stunts, so we were able to watch that. Yeah,
it's the old Whistler from the old Winter Olympics a few years back. And first of all, beautiful drive getting there.
Oh my gosh, we had to go in mountains and cliffs.
It was like something you see from the movies. It was just a really hilly ride right off the coast of the ocean. It was just really beautiful. But in the wintertime, it was world-class skiing there. They have real ski lodges and all that stuff. But in the summertime, when we were there, they turned the ski hill into a bike park.
Yes.
They actually put, like a real, honest-to-God bike park.
Pros.
They put their bikes on the ski lift and go all the way to the top of the mountain. And they've created paths through the mountains. And I mean, those guys are coming flying down the mountain, and they're doing flips and all kind of stuff. Well, it was really cool. I couldn't believe it.
Not for amateurs.
And listen, we didn't know anything about it. We just got in the car and explored. We're like, oh, this looks cool. That's how we do.
It was fun.
It was really fun. So that's our recommendation. Either do the northbound or the southbound. I love Royal Caribbean for this cruise.
Yes.
They're a good middle of the road cruise line, because you're more laid back and relaxed on this one. You're looking for more kind of a quiet setting.
Yes.
We went on the Radiance of the Seas at the time. Just a really beautiful ship, Royal Caribbean.
Not a lot of partying.
Yeah, they do Alaska right. I mean, there's all the lines go there, so whatever line is your preference. But I recommend Royal Caribbean a lot because it's a good price.
Very good care of us.
Yeah, excellent price. So if I can help you plan, if you want to do it this year, let's go. If not, this is a good time to start planning for next year, to give you a year to get everything under your belt.
Yes.
Reach me at www.mr-traveler.com. I'll be more than glad to help you with your Alaskan adventure or any other adventure that you have in mind.
Sure, and thank you for the well wishes. I'm still recovering. I'm not fully there yet, but I'm almost there, so I'll be back on my channel very soon. So thank you guys for the blessings.
Working on big things. As you can see, we're not in our normal background setting that we're normally in, and we'll leave it there for now.
We'll fill you in later.
We'll let that simmer for a little while.
Well, life's short.
Have fun, guys.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye, guys.